So we finally made it to Christchurch after that god-awful flight. How many hours was that? Depends where we're coming from, obviously. But I mean, I know what it's like, guys, flying all this way. We're basically at the bottom of the world, so we've got to Christchurch, and now what do? Well, we've got a couple of options, guys. We can get a rent-a-car, we can get a bus into the city, or we can get an Uber. What do you reckon? A piece of advice for free, guys, is I wouldn't get a rent-a-car if I've just had a long flight. You know, anything over 9 hours, it's going to be really, really problematic. Especially if you're coming from somewhere like America. We're driving on the left-hand side of the road here, so if I was you, I'd go into Christchurch City, get my bearings for a couple of days, and then hire a car. Rightio, guys, let's go into the city, eh? As you come out of the terminal here, guys, there's a taxi rank right here. Now, if you want to catch an Uber, I think you have to walk about 500 metres down there from memory. Now that's just because, well, it's because last time I was here they had a silly rule about Uber people picking you up on the Christchurch airport property, so I don't know if it's still like it is, but just be warned, you might have to walk a little way to catch an Uber. Alright guys, let's head into Christchurch City. Yeehaw! Guys, we're about a 15-20 minute drive into the central city from here, just depending on the traffic, eh? Normally it's not too bad, but if we're coming up to like rush hour, that sort of thing, you can allow probably 35-40 minutes. Rightio guys, first thing you're gonna find when you come to Christchurch is we've got a roundabout. Remember, we drive on the left hand side of the road here, we give way to the right. You're going to go right round the roundabout and straight down towards the city centre. Now if you notice here on the left, guys, we're almost still on the airport itself, but we've got some shops here and we've got a supermarket, so let's go and have a look at that. Now this, you might be saying to yourself, Pete, what's the big deal with the supermarket? Well, if you've just hired a camper van or you've just come off a long flight, chances are, especially if you've got kids, they're going to want something to eat at the hotel, unless you want to pay the prices, and you still can't get chippies and that sort of stuff for the kids at the hotel, unless you want to pay through the nose for it. And if you've got a camper van, guys, you're going to have to want to stock up with groceries, and you've got to have the occasional beer or a glass of New Zealand wine or something as well. So this is why I think this is really, really handy here, guys. If you've got a camper van, this is one of New Zealand's main supermarkets. Price is about the same here as what it is anywhere in Christchurch, so you're not going to be saving any money by not getting it close to the airport. And it's also handy if you don't know where you're going, it's all on the same side of the road that you're travelling on. You've got some tourists here that are not quite sure of the road rules yet. We have got all sorts of stuff in here: Indian, Mexican, Subway, McDonald's, Lone Star, which is just like a restaurant. So if you're hungry when you get off your big long flight, remember that there's always somewhere to eat out of the airport. Oh, I don't know about you, but when I travel, I don't like the airport food. Airport food drives me crazy. I mean, it's all right for the first, couple of times, but after that, you get pretty sick of it pretty quickly. Let's just get back onto the main road into the city. Here we go. Now we just come from the airport, which is just on my right here. And now we're just heading straight down into the city. Now a lot of people, when they come to Christchurch, first thing they do is they want to go to Queenstown. Well, if you want to go to Queenstown, you need to turn right at the first intersection here. I'll actually change lanes a little bit and I'll show you which intersection you're going to need to go to Queenstown. So we're only about 400 metres from the airport itself, where we are here. So it's not very far at all. So if we look across the lanes to the right, guys, you'll see a sign that says Hornby Timaru. That's the lane you want if you want to go straight down to Queenstown. But we're going to head into the central city. As you can see here guys, it's not a terribly flash day here, but the rain has stopped. Now if we were to come down here in the summertime, we would have all the trees and blossom, and it's really quite pretty down here. But we're almost in middle of winter here, so you know, things are not looking as nice as what they could do. So we've got the Commodore Hotel here. A lot of our tourists stay there because it's nice and close to the airport. So we're on Memorial Ave now guys, and this is the main thoroughfare from the CBD out to the airport. So if you haven't hired a car guys, you can get, like I say, you can get a taxi from the airport. It's about $55. You can get an Uber, which is about $25, or you can get a bus, or like a little shuttle bus, which range anything from $10 to $15. Now when you come to Christchurch, you'll realise we're the city of cones. Roadworks cones guys, they're everywhere. Since the earthquake, I reckon we must be breeding roadworks cones. They're always digging something up, they're always doing something. And they no sooner seem to dig one bit of road up, then they come back and re-dig it up again. I just don't know what's going on, but I suppose every place has those sort of issues. So we're inching a bit closer to the city now guys, and we're just running into a little bit of traffic. Now the speed limit is 100 kilometres per hour on the open road, unless stated otherwise. Sometimes it's 80, but they're definitely well signposted. Here we are guys, if you look on the right, we've got another supermarket here. It's called New World. Prices are much the same as the countdown I showed you in New World, much of a muchness. So what we're basically doing now guys is we're coming into the city proper. Left here guys, we've got the Avon River. Botanic Gardens to the right, city centre straight up. Now if you want to see a nice video on the Botanic Gardens, a really awesome video, check in the description below guys, and I'll put a link to one of my videos of Botanic Gardens. It's really good, it's free, which is what Pete likes. Pete likes free stuff. It's free to do, and you know, it will fill in 2.5 hours. It's really good walk around there. Lots of things to see and do. You can walk right through the CBD. It takes you right around the Avon River. You can go punting, you can go canoeing and all sorts of stuff. Of course you have to pay for the punting and the canoeing, but if you just want to walk and have a look, of course it's free. Lots of little coffee shop, things to eat. It's a good day out really. Remember that guys, Botanic Gardens. Here we come into the 4 Aves guys, 4 avenues that make up Christchurch basically. So if we go round to the left here, there's a shopping district up here called Merivale. They have some quite high-end stores up there. You could go up there and have a look for the day. So what we want to do is go right into the CBD Central. So if we turn right here guys, into the city centre via one-way system. Here we have the CBD guys. We're coming right up on the Christchurch Casino. So we've got that grey building there. It's got the Christchurch Casino. This is where all your hotels and motels are basically, within the 4 avenues here. Cashel Street City Centre. That's where all the shopping precincts and that are. I've done away with a lot of parking around here, that's the only thing, so you might have to use a parking building. Cafes, shops, you name it. Got the Bridge of Remembrance. Riverside Market. That's a good market to go and eat and have a look at all the shops and other bits and pieces. It's right along the Avon River there, it's really nice. Got the law courts on the right there guys. There's a parking building. Like I said, you'd be lucky to get a park on the street. Rightio guys, if we turn left here, that's Colombo Street. That's the main street in Christchurch. That runs right through the city, basically right up to Port Hills. goes the main shopping fair of Christchurch. Now the mall, Cashel Street Mall, to the left and to the right, it's pedestrian only. There's hundreds of shops down here, guys, you can go and have a look at. Pretty awesome. Good day out. Spend a lot of money. Now this next street up here, guys, is Hereford Street. Once again, shops, walking, lots of good things to see and do. Now if you look directly straight ahead, guys, you see where those fences are. Well, this is where they're rebuilding the old cathedral. Millions and millions and millions of dollar project that is. You used to be able to drive right in front of it, but they've had it blocked off like for 12 years now. I mean, talk about take a long time to do anything, but anyway. Once again, we've got eateries right here at the square, guys. Right in the square here, guys, as you can see. Not too many people around for a winter's day. So guys, I'm right in the CBD now. I've just parked up. I'm taking a bit of a breather. I'm right in the park. So that's how easy it is to get from the airport right into Christchurch City. No problem at all. But like I say, guys, if you're having a long flight, I suggest that you get an Uber or a taxi or even a bus, and just give yourself a few hours or even a couple of days just to get your bearings. And especially if you're going to drive, if you're coming from America and you're not used to driving on the left-hand side of the road. Anyway, guys, that's enough rubbish from me. If you want to see a cool video about Littleton Harbour, check up there. I'll put a link up there for you. Or maybe you want to see a video about this cool park in the centre of Christchurch, the Botanical Gardens. I'll put a video up there as well. Check them out, guys. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel for everything Kiwi, seen through the eyes of a Kiwi. See you guys. Seeing through the eyes of a Kiwi. See you guys.